Hey y'all, so I had some questions about sharpening my blades and how I do it. So figured I'd give it a quick little show and tell. First off, I'd love to talk about what I'm using to sharpen my blades. So I'm actually using some 3M Auto Sandpaper, and I'm moving up from 320, 400, 600, 800, and then I'm on the last step here of 1,000. And I have found these to be pretty cheap where I am. I got this whole stack for about, I don't know, 20 bucks. So it's not bad. And what I've done is I've taped it to a piece of wood. And I am currently going through the motions of finishing this up since I'm on the last grit. I'm sharpening and polishing up my primitive Woodsman BC Bushcrafter, which is a good friend of mine's blade that he designed. It's pretty sweet. As you can see, it looks razor sharp, and hopefully it will be once I'm done with this final step. But yeah, primitive Woodsman makes excellent blades, and I really enjoy this knife. It might be because I'm biased, but I really enjoy it. It's a great blade. It's got great shape. It's got great utilities on it. ADCR V2 steel, I think. So, yeah, Joss is a wonderful guy, and I really like his blades. But yeah, let me finish up working on this. So, I have the 1,000 grit here, and what I'm doing is I'm registering that bevel, and I'm just sliding the blade back and forth and moving up and down the whole cutting surface, which allows me to kind of buff out those lines that usually come on most knives, which is how they're just off the wheel when you're making them. So yeah, just do this until, let me see here. Yep, till a burr forms, and you flip it over to the other side. So I've got to rotate the wheel or the sandpaper, because I was working off on this side. So now I'm going to work over here. As you can see, it is removing metal, so that's always a good sign. So again, registering the bevel. Wait a minute. Yep. Registering the bevel and just moving up and down the whole stone, or at least where you can get. But your goal is to bring a burr to the surface, and that's how you know you've moved the metal back in line with the rest of the blade. So just keep it going until it's looking good. Not there yet. So again, this is the final step, so it is going to take some time. You could go higher. You could go to 2,000 or even 3,000 grit if you wanted to. But again, I'm going to be beating the crap out of this knife and taking it into the woods and batoning stuff with it. So I don't need it to be polished. I just need it to be razor sharp. Okay. And there we go. So as you can see, it does kind of have a polish on it. You can see my phone. But yeah, so you work to there, then take your strop. I just have a little paddle strop. It's got some compound loaded onto it. And you just start stropping it. And the way that works, again, is just by, if I can get it set up here, registering the bevel, pressing down, just moving that full piece of steel all the way. And you actually should see pieces of metal start to flake off, or not flake off, but like come off onto the board, as you can see that dark spot right there. But you do this process until ideally you do it even on each side. Sorry, my strop's moving. But I usually like to get on my knee and I just move it. I can do it rather quickly. The Scandinavian grind on this knife really helps with that sharpening aspect and really helps with your overall maintenance of this blade, because it's really easy to, again, register that bevel. Just keep it going. But I'm gonna do it a couple times, and this should leave me with a pretty razor edge. And now, so I also had some questions about strops, and stropping compound is like a clay based, like either it's a stick or it's a little tube. I just have a stick right now. I'm planning on getting a tube of really good compound, so it has some like grit to it, and it like really hones in that blade, because it takes it from maybe from here at the very micrometer level to here by stropping it. And then it has a fine leather side for just finishing it, so it's more of a smooth leather instead of a suede. So yeah, you just go back and forth. And another thing I will say about this sharpening is that you feel almost no resistance when you're stropping it on the soft side of the leather, or not the soft side, the saddle finish side. So just do this a couple times. And I found this to work with a lot of my knives that I have. I've done this to a PKS Scorpion. And I've also done it to an LT Wright Lagome, which is another one of my favorite blades. But we even took my friend's little army surplus, like just here on the counter, like Mora knife, and we got it up to hair popping sharp using this method. So I think this is about ready. So do a couple more swipes and we shall see. Ooh. Scary sharp, which is what you want. But you should be able to just, oh yeah. Not sure if y'all can see that. Oh, nice. Just takes hair off. It's smooth. Yeah. I will call that finished. So again, this is a pretty easy process from working all the way up from 320 grit to 1,000. It took me about, what time is it? It's like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, and I have a razor edge. Now that I have a razor edge, all I have to do is upkeep it by stropping it. So yeah, I hope y'all found this useful. I plan on doing more YouTube videos and getting some overnighters in, doing blade testing and other things like that. Anyways, I'm gonna go do some fun stuff with this knife, and I will see y'all later. Bye.